So many people will ask me how I spend most of my time alone, or why I'm not dating right now, or why haven't I been in a relationship? And honestly, a lot of the times my answer is I hate men. I'm joking, men. I do love you guys. It's a joke. It's a joke. Calm down. And yes, that might be what's coming out of my mouth. But what I'm saying with my actions is you can't hurt me if I don't let you in. If I avoid it, it can't hurt me because I'm not letting it in. So in other words, if I avoid it altogether, I don't got to face it. And we need to talk about it. Hey friends, and welcome back to the Why Would I Say That podcast. It's your girl Tiara, and today I want to talk to you about something that hits me so deeply. It cuts like a knife. It be hurting. It be hurting because I don't want to face it because it's easier to stay where I'm at. To be completely honest with you, as much as I might be missing out on certain things in my life, it's so much easier to stay in this box and to keep myself safe and to not do anything because I can't get hurt. I'm not living life, so I can't even get hurt. I would like to sit here and tell you that I face everything. I have everything figured out. I'm not struggling at all. But sometimes I'm struggling because I'm avoiding it. I might not be struggling and sad and upset, but I'm avoiding something to heal. So I'm not healing it. If you're new here, you guys know I take everything to the extreme. I have borderline personality disorder, so everything is black and white. If I'm happy, I'm happy. If I'm sad, like last week's episode, I'm sad and I'm a brat. And I will complain to everyone and anyone, but it's okay. It's fine. I don't know if I'm trying to convince me or you. I don't know. It's fine though. It is literally fine. But I take everything to the extreme. So growing up, I heard the saying, if you don't like it, run from it. And honestly, I love that advice. You shouldn't be in environments where you don't feel okay. But then again, you can't run from everything. So you can't take it too literally, which I did because that was one of my mom's favorite saying. If it doesn't make you happy, run from it. And I get it. But now I'm a runner. A lot of the times I'm not getting through things because I'm running from it. I'm avoiding it because it's not making me happy. And sometimes you should take that advice. If there's an environment that isn't making you happy and it's literally hindering you and making you a worse person, get out. But if you're running away from relationships because you're fearing the end of it or fearing the rejection or fearing that they won't accept you like you accepted them, you can't. You're only going to hurt yourself. You're going to miss out on connections. Your relationships aren't going to get very deep or anything like that because you're avoiding it. You're running from it. There are certain things you should run from, but there's other things that you shouldn't. So maybe don't take the saying so literally as I did. I think it's great advice, but I grew up on it. It burned something in my brain, and I'm a runner. I am a runner. If I'm uncomfy, I'm a run. At least I'm real. And I will say for quite a while, I have believed that I have been doing so much better. I've been staying busy. I've been building my social media. I've been building a community. I've started this podcast. I'm doing the dang thing. I am doing the dang thing until I get humbled. Because, your body's not stupid. It knows what you're missing out on. It knows what you're avoiding. Your brain is not stupid. You may believe that you're stupid at times, but your brain and your body is not stupid. It will tell you what's going on. Avoidance can and will disguise itself as healing. There are so many ways avoidance can disguise itself as healing, and here's a few of them. Keeping yourself busy at all times. Say you're going through a breakup. You didn't give yourself time to cry. You're going to go to work. You're going to go hang out with your friends. You're going to go do this. But guess what it's going to hit you at? At nighttime, when you're alone, it's going to hit you. Why? Because you're avoiding. You're keeping busy. Got something going on at home, so you leave home all day. You get lunch by yourself, which it feels empowering. You go maybe for a run. Feels empowering. I'm saying things that are super productive and can contribute to healing. But once you get home, because you've been avoiding it, you can't avoid your home when you're at home. So therefore, guess what? Your brain and body's not stupid. It's going to start panicking again. And you're going to keep doing the cycle by keeping yourself busy because you think that you're healing by keeping yourself busy. But as soon as you get home and you have to face it, you no longer can avoid it, but you can try again tomorrow and by doing that same cycle. But guess what? You're just keeping busy over and over and over again, but you're facing these things every single day because you're not fixing the problem. So say you are avoiding your home life. The problem is you have to invest in getting out of your environment. I know it's so much easier said than done. I know I'm just some girl on a microphone saying, oh, just leave your house. It's so easy. I've been there. I've done that. It's not so easy. It's literally not. But sometimes change is even more uncomfortable because you don't know what's on the other side. You don't know who's going to be there. You don't know if you're going to end up alone. There's so many things that you may do in order to stay there because you're making yourself safe, but actually you're making yourself more unsafe by being in the cycle. You're continuing the cycle even longer. And if you are going through a breakup, yes, keeping busy can keep your mind off of it. But if you're not facing it, you're not feeling the emotions, you didn't get that good cry, you didn't get that good scream, you didn't get that good, it doesn't feel good, but you didn't get that good sad emotions out, it's going to be bottled up until you do. And guess what? Probably one day when you're keeping yourself busy, when you think you're doing good and you're at work or something, it's going to come out on your boss because you didn't deal with it, which actually causes more problems down the line. So yes, keeping yourself busy is a good distraction, but it's just that. It's just a distraction. There is going to be a certain point where you do need to face it and sit with it and not avoid it. This one always gets me. This one, I live in my head, okay? Another way avoidance can disguise itself as healing is by over intellectualizing your emotions, which all you got to do is scroll on any social media account that I have and you can see that. Okay. It's very, very prevalent in me. You can see it like when I was making this podcast episode or like trying to plan what I was going to say today. This one hit me in the heart because this one I do a lot. I over intellectualize my emotions, which means just over analyzing them, over explaining them. And I try to rationalize them rather than letting myself just feel them. Let it just be. Sometimes you just need a good cry. You don't need a rhyme and reason and some mythical bigger reason or bigger purpose to why you're feeling what you're feeling. You're just feeling feelings because you're human. It's not that deep. It really isn't. Quit trying to make it deeper than what it is. Sometimes it is deep, but if you are caught in this cycle and it's happening time and time again, you may be avoiding it. You're trying to rationalize the way that you feel and getting stuck in that feeling because you've rationalized it so many times. You're over explaining your situation so much. You're trying to prove to the people around you or maybe even to yourself that you're okay to feel this feeling, which you are. But when you get stuck in that, you're going to disguise avoidance as healing because you think that you're healing because it's okay that you feel this way, but you're not getting out of it because you're not actually processing. You're just sitting there saying, this is why I feel this way, and it's okay that I feel this way, and I'm going to feel this way because it's this way, instead of just letting it come and go, if that makes sense. I know that one's kind of hard to explain, but it's something that I get caught up in so often. Another way avoidance can be disguised as healing is by jumping from one relationship to the next, from one connection to the next, to one favorite person to the next. If you have BPD like me, it's one favorite person to the next because you are not processing the last thing that happened to you. You're not working on what has happened in the last relationship, whether it was the other party or yourself. You're not working on those things. You're not reflecting on these things. You're just like, oh my God, I feel so alone. I can't be alone. You're just jumping into the next thing. There's so many unresolved traumas from the past that you have not dealt with. You just took it into your next relationship. So you're avoiding it because you're trying to mask it with somebody else. Jumping to the next relationship will make you believe like, oh my God, I found another person, so maybe I am healed. Maybe I am okay. Again, avoidance dresses up as healing, but the body knows the difference. It's not stupid. Your body knows what's going on. You can sit there and try to trick everyone around you, but you can't trick yourself. You may even be so deep into this, you are tricking yourself until it comes out, and then you realize, hey, something's wrong here. While we're on the topic of mental health, I would like to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this podcast. It is no secret that I struggle with mental health. I spend most of my time advocating for it. Over 70% of the people with mental health disorders do not receive help. This means that 680 million people are silently suffering without treatment. BetterHelp has dedicated their platform to breaking down barriers and making help available to 200 countries. Making help available to anyone at any time, anywhere. As someone with borderline personality disorder, stigma used to make me feel so fearful of therapy. But having a space that is based on my needs with absolutely no judgment and a personalized plan has made all the difference in the world. Therapy has changed my life, and BetterHelp has made it even easier to keep showing up for myself. No more endless Google searches, no more waiting months for an appointment when you're in a crisis right now. I would not promote BetterHelp if I truly didn't believe in it. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform that you can trust. Use my code betterhelp.com/TiaraLorraine for 10% off your first month. Again, thank you BetterHelp for sponsoring this podcast and allowing me to give my listeners 10% off their first month of therapy. Again, that's betterhelp.com/TiaraLorraine or linked in the description below. And now back to the episode. I think the biggest thing right now that I avoid is relationships and connections with other people. You can't hurt me if I don't let you. You can't hurt me if you don't mean a lot to me. You can't hurt me if I'm not around you. You can't hurt me if I don't care. So I don't care. I never care. I don't give a I really am in this I don't care era. I really don't care. From the perspective of me, like just having people, someone I can call and text all the time, just like have a best friend I can vent to that like just listens. I really don't have that right now. Like I do have like my dad and stuff. Like he's definitely my best friend. He's the one who honestly, like he doesn't get it at all times, but he's always willing to listen. But like I'm avoiding so much. I don't even have the drive for a relationship right now because I don't want to be hurt. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't want to become the person that I was in my last relationship because I don't know, my BPD gets really, really triggered in those situations and I become a whole different person, and I can't become that person if I don't have a relationship. So I'm not facing it. Have I healed myself inside of relationships? I don't know. I'm avoiding them. But right now I feel like I'm healed because I don't have symptoms. I don't have triggers. Why? Because I don't let people in. So there you go. There's your example. Can't hurt me if I don't let you. But we're working on it, okay? We're working on it. But because I haven't really worked on dating or like gaining new connections or like a romantic relationship, every time that I go on a date, I'm still attracting the same type of people I would have attracted at my sickest point. And it's like I'm almost ending up in past scenarios. Like I was interested in this one guy for a little bit when I was working on it before shutting down again. He was pretty great. He was love bombing me. He was which is my taste apparently. He was love bombing me, showing all this love. And then there was like this one statement that made me realize, Tiara, you're going to repeat this cycle. I was telling him about my social media and all that I do on here because I wouldn't let him follow me because I didn't want to like, I don't know. I just didn't want him to know all that yet because it was still really, really new. But I was like going into it. I'm like, yeah, I talk about my personality disorder, all this. He then starts talking down on his sister and was like, yeah, I think my sister has BPD, but if anything, I'm a narcissist. Thank you for saying the red flag right then and there. And honestly, past me would have been like, no, let me see. Let me fix you. You seem too nice. You seem too sweet, because he was love bombing me. He was showing up to my birthday. He was doing all this stuff for me. He was calling me every time I got off work. It was great. I like felt like I was getting all my needs met. But that was just like, oh my God, Tiara. You keep attracting the same people because you aren't willing to go on dates with people and all this stuff. And then, you know what? I shut myself off for like another year after that because I was like, you know what? I don't want to end up in that situation again because I became more self-aware about these things. So then I just didn't date for a while after that. I'm still attracting the same people, the same partners, the same situations because I avoid it because I don't want to feel those ways at all. I think because I'm not open to a lot of new things or partners or like using the dating apps or just trying to meet new people or anything like that, I'm attracting the same partners over and over again when they do come in my life. It's because I'm sitting here waiting for it to happen to me instead of going out there and getting it because I'm avoiding it. So I feel like I'm just attracting those same like low vibe, low energy people. And guess what? In return, I'm lonely. I sometimes question if I'm doing the right thing. I like question my self-worth. I question so much because I'm avoiding so much. So yes, I can protect my feelings, but I also will be alone and lonely forever. I can protect my feelings, but if I keep doing this, I'm not going to know what real love feels like, what mutual love feels like, because most of the time the love in my life has felt not mutual and it's felt very one-sided. And it goes even deeper than that. For me, at least, I can't connect to my friends about dating stories. I can keep telling the past stories that I've told a million times, but y'all are probably sick of it. My friends are always going on like double dates and stuff. I'm always a third wheel or the fifth wheel or the seventh wheel. I'm always a single friend in groups. which is fine. There's nothing wrong with being single, but it would be like, it'd be nice to bring that random guy that I'm dating right now with me, even if it doesn't last forever. It'd be just worth like experiencing, you know, like it's not worth being in this alone. Like we're human. We're not meant to be alone. But if I close myself off from ever getting hurt again, I'm going to be alone and lonely and lack connection and like just lack so much. I'll lack the highs and the lows of love. And like, yes, like there are lows to love, but if you don't feel the lows, you cannot feel the highs. And me avoiding the lows, I'm not gonna receive those feelings again. I'm not gonna get the contrast of the bad. I'm not gonna get the good anymore. I'm just gonna get nothing. Everything is contrast. If you have something good, there's some bad to it. If you have something bad, there's some good to it. But if you aren't willing to feel one or the other, you're not going to feel any of it. And that's when those empty feelings and those voids that you need to fill start to happen inside of you, because you're avoiding so much that you're stuck in the middle, that you're not allowing yourself to feel contrast of any of it. And that's where I'm at right now. If you are feeling empty, you're feeling a void, you're feeling like this uncomfortable feeling, ask yourself this one really hard question that I don't even like asking myself, because it's something you got to sit with. And it's literally, what is the one thing that you won't allow yourself to sit with? Ask yourself that. What is the one thing that you won't allow yourself to sit with? It should be bringing up emotions. It should be making you feel a little anxious. It's normal. Okay? But it's something that you're avoiding, and that's why it's making you anxious and feel these icky feelings. But until you sit with it, you're going to feel those icky feelings. Healing looks like feeling without trying to fix it. Just allow yourself to feel. If you're going through a breakup, sit in your room, scream and cry. Yell at the top of your lungs. You're valid. It's fine. But eventually get up again. But allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to grieve. Allow it to come through. You're allowed to channel that energy. You're allowed to channel anger. You're allowed to channel sadness. You're allowed to channel depression. You're allowed to do those things. And if someone has ever told you that you're not allowed to suck it up, there are certain times you got to process it, or you end up in these situations. And I guarantee you, those people that have told you that, they've been running and avoiding their whole life, that they're not getting contrast of certain things because they're avoiding so much, and they want you to be like them. Don't be like them. Okay? Feel without fixing. Just feel it. I know it's scary. I know it feels like the end of the world. At least for me, when I feel things, everything feels like the end of the world. It feels so heavy. It just feels like so much. But we're human. We're meant to feel things. Just let it out. Let it be. It's okay. Healing looks like letting go of control. You can't control everything. You can't control other people's thoughts, their beliefs, whether they want to be there, if they don't want to be there. You can't control certain things. There's so many things you can control, but there's so many things you can't control, but you need to let go of that control. You need to let go of how people react to what you say and how you feel, because you can't control that. All that matters at the end of the day is how you feel and how you go about it. Well, I guess you can't control how you feel, but you can control your reactions and how you go about life. Own your patterns without shame. Self-awareness is what literally has changed my life. I mean, if you're self-aware without change, you can get stuck in a cycle. But owning your patterns, okay? So like, I have a pattern of when I feel rejected, of I close myself off. I own it. I do that. But until I own it, I wasn't aware that I was doing that. I was just like, no, I'm keeping myself safe. No, people hurt me. So this is the only way to not be hurt. But until I was like aware of that and I was owning it, was I able to say, maybe I want to do something different. You got to own your patterns. Healing also looks like sitting with the discomfort instead of trying to escape it. When you imagine healing, you usually imagine this like kumbaya. And if you're watching on YouTube, you're about to get a visual. This kumbaya. Do your hums and your meditations. But it's not always like that, okay? Sometimes it's screaming, kicking the air, punching the air, crying, yelling, sitting in the discomfort instead of escaping it. Don't go drinking with your friends if you're feeling really, really sad, because you're still going to be really, really sad when you're no longer drunk. You're going to have to feel it by yourself in a few days. Okay? You're doing substances to escape your feelings. As soon as it wears off, the feelings will come back. Anything you're trying to escape, once The escape is over. All of the feelings come back. And for me, times 10. So the longer you escape, the bigger the emotion gets because your body is going to freak out that you waited so long to sit with it. If you've been running from it for a long time or trying to escape it for a long time, your body's going to be really, really extremely uncomfortable because it knew it for days and days and days, and it's going to blow up out of nowhere because you never sat with it. Sit with the discomfort. That is healing. Okay? When you're sad and screaming and stuff sometimes, that is what healing is. Not the I'm sitting here perfect, because I could be sitting here perfect, looked healed, but guess what? I'm avoiding everything. And there's sometimes, like even last week, I was sitting there just crashing out, crying on this couch. I was doing all that. Why? Because I'm avoiding certain things. I wasn't dealing with certain things. I've been keeping myself busy every single day. I've been over intellectualizing my emotions. I've been doing all these things, just trying to escape my emotions. But it made me sit here like most days, sitting here like, yay, I got it all together. But in fact, I don't, because I've been avoiding so much. And I just want to be very real and honest with you about that healing is not going to look pretty and perfect. It's going to look a mess. And hopefully I showed you that last week, that even though I looked a mess, that is healing. That is a part of healing. And I know from last week's episode, if you did listen or did watch, I was sitting there saying that healing culture is toxic. And I know I'm sitting here talking about healing this week, but I hope to show you that this is what actually healing is, not that workbook that you bought from some random influencer that literally has no degree, is not a medical professional. That's not okay. Okay. That's not healing culture. That's a scam. That is an actual scam. Screaming and crying some days is healing. Not that little healing workshop bull that you got from some random influencer. Now, there are some influencers that are medical professionals. I stand by it. Sell your little workbooks. Do your things as long as they're like researched and approved by a medical professional. Other than that, it's a scam, okay? It's a scam. If you're comfortable with sharing, let me know what you're avoiding. You never know who it could help. It could help me. It could help someone going through my comments. It could help anybody. Share what you're avoiding and what you plan to do to fix it. Again, you never know who you can help. And trust me, we're all connected. You'll be surprised to see how not alone you are by sharing your voice and sharing your words. Because if I would have never done this, I still would have felt completely alone. And guess what? I'm not alone. I have so many people, which thank you guys, who understand me. But if I wasn't willing to put my voice out there, I wouldn't have been understood. And that's so important. No one can understand you unless you allow them to. So allow people to. Only if you're comfortable, though. Share with me. Share with me. Because I see you. Even if you don't leave a message, I see you, I hear you, and I feel you. If you like this episode and you're watching on YouTube, please give it a big thumbs up. It means the whole freaking world to me. Lets me know that you're liking the content that I am putting out for you guys, or if I should pivot. And if you're listening on podcast, make sure to leave me a 5-star review. It is so extremely helpful, as I am a baby little podcaster starting off, and I can say that you were one of my first 5-star reviews. So get on it, because one day, manifesting it, there will be so many reviews, you won't be the first one anymore. So get on it. You better get on it right now. I'm giving you your chance right now. Again, thank you guys for listening and understanding me and for being here. You guys have no idea how much it means to me and how much you guys inspire me to show up every day. I still have my hard days. As you saw on last week's episode, I still have a hard time. And it just everything that you guys do, whether you're a silent listener or you do engage, it means the whole world to me. And I don't think I'd be here without you guys today. So just thank you for everything. I love you guys more than anything in the whole world. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you more than anything in the world. And until next Friday.